So, I'm going to introduce you to the next speaker now. Shh. Next speaker's become a really good friend of mine. You can see the theme here, right? Right. Got a really good friend of mine over the last 15 to 18 months, give or take a few months. His story is similar to mine in the fact that he's grown up in a house with parents who have had network marketing experience for close to 30 years. He's a great guy. He's actually the best-selling author of 2 books. He leads a team of over 180,000 customers. He runs his own generic network marketing events called Get Social. He's spoken on stages all over the world, and he's the only other Brit that I know of who's been on the GoPro stage, right? Yeah. We're really lucky and fortunate to have him here because he has got a busy schedule. So I want you to make sure you give a massive, warm round of applause to David Ross.
Oh, you skipped straight to my first slide. Yeah. You know, I spent all weekend practicing that introduction. All right, cool. How many network marketers does it take to screw in a light bulb? How many? 7. None. There isn't actually an answer, but whoever in the room comes up with the best punchline by the end of the day and inboxes it to me on Facebook, I'm going to make it the tagline in my 3rd and final book, which I'm going to begin in 6 months. How does that sound? Yeah? I'll also name you in it as well, so it's going to be good for branding. And if we ask him nicely, maybe we can get Frazer to give it a shout-out on his next live. How does that sound? Yeah, you know, I'm not convinced. Come on, guys. Yeah. Okay, come on. All right, so I'm going to give you 24 hours to do that, but it's got to be cool. How many network marketers does it take to screw in a light bulb? Think about that one. But you know, the best way to begin a presentation isn't actually with a prize giveaway or a cool joke. The best way to actually start a presentation is either with a dramatic silence or some cool and interesting statistics. Now, since I've already shot my mouth off, it kind of narrows it down to cool statistics. So, do you want a cool statistic? All right. It's actually not very cool when you think about it. It's actually more interesting than it is cool. Out of a room of 600 people, 3 of you in the room will share the same birthday. Whose birthday is it today? How many? Stand up if it's your birthday. Just one? Just one? Oh, for... Right, you get a free love heart reaction, gummy emoji. How does that sound? Yeah? All right, come and see me at the end. These are really tasty. I've got 2 more. I'll give them away before the end as well. You know, Facebook favors the love reaction, but we're going to get to that in a second. Right. Here's another part of the statistic. Out of a room of 600 people, roughly 90 of you in the room this weekend are going to take action based on what you hear. Okay? Now, that kind of narks me a little bit, because that means there's going to be about 510 of you who are going to be here for the weekend. You're going to have a good time, but you'll probably go home having had a good time and probably not take action. And that's not cool, is it at all? It's not cool. So by the end of this presentation, I'm going to give you guys a little task, and I want you to prove me wrong. I want you to prove to me that more than 90 of you in the room can take action. Can you all do that for me? Yes. Can you beat me? Yes. Are you sure? I'm pretty good at this. I know my stuff. Yeah? All right, cool. So, Frazer's put on an awesome show, hasn't he? Round of applause for Mr. Frazer Brookes. And those speakers, round of applause for those speakers, amazing. I'm probably going to be a little bit more boring because I'm here to talk about, kind of boring stuff, really. I'm here to talk about how you can effectively network market your brand online. Does that sound any good? Yeah, I want to get higher engagement. Woo! All right, okay, so let's talk about this word. I forgot it's right in front of me, isn't it? I don't know. I need to keep turning my head. So let's talk about this word marketing for a second. What does marketing mean? Well, the word marketing means to create a need inside the mind of the individual so that they reach out to you, okay? And not to spam friends and family and with links and chasing orders and all that kind of nasty stuff that we've had a tendency to do over the last few years, haven't we? Which has subsequently given us a little bit of a bad name. It's given network marketing a bit of a bad name, which is unfair because we have the best business model in the world. We have the most logical business model in the world. And I expect all of you believe you have the best companies in the world. Yes, I know I do, and that's absolutely fine. So what we've got to get good at doing, if we are going to raise the professionalism, we're going to join Frazer on this mission of turning everyone into sexy network marketing beasts, okay? And raise the professionalism. There's one question we have to really, really understand how to answer. And that is, what do people want? What is it people want? You see, I don't think what people really want is big houses and speedboats and Ferraris, and I don't think they want that, because if they did, more people would get it. I wanted a McDonald's on the way in, but that only lasted 5 minutes after I'd driven past. I forgot about it. I don't think people really want that. I think what people really want is a platform to be heard. I think they want control, and I think they want choice. Do you agree with me? Yes. You're going to say that, aren't you? Not going to go, no! But I think that that's what people really want, a platform to be heard. I'm going to ask you a question. When people are looking to find a new product or service to fulfill a need, where are they going to find out the information? Google. No! They're asking their friends on Facebook. Oh, it's true. Who said that? Oh, it's true, that's true. When people are angry or pissed off with a product or service that they are currently using, where do they go to talk about it? They complain to their friends on Facebook. When people are looking to join your business, your company, as a distributor, where do they go to find a sponsor? They ask their friends on Facebook. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I have seen that on Facebook. People are looking for a company, sometimes a specific company, and they're asking people if they know, is there somebody who can sponsor me? If you're looking in the right places, you'll find it. Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah? Facebook, the world's 4th largest brand. 1.2 billion people using the Facebook Messenger service with only 5 degrees of separation. Finding people to speak to, I was going to point to that, but I think Frazer's taken it down. Finding people to speak to, in my humble opinion, is the number one problem faced by new network marketers and people who've been in the business a while. I truly believe that. In fact, the Networking Times reported that recently. Yet there's 1.2 billion people using Messenger with 4 degrees of separation. So, what do we have to get good at? Okay? What do we have to get good at to solve this problem of finding people to speak to? Well, we've got to get good at managing our social routes. You have 2 social routes. You've got to get people offline in the real world, online. Yeah? Expose them to your brand. We'll talk about that in a minute. And you've got to get them online, offline, in the form of customers and distributors. Your Facebook Messenger is nothing more than a shop entrance and a shop exit. Your Facebook profile is nothing more than the shop window to your business. Does that make sense? Okay? And you have this awesome thing called an iPhone. Other models are available. Okay? And that is your virtual business card. Get people offline, online, online, offline. But you've got to get your brand right. Doesn't mean you've got to get 80 million followers. Okay? You've just got to get your brand correct. Your brand is defined by your content. Just like it is in the real world. Your brand, it's the 5 words people think of when they hear your name. And it's all about the content that you're putting out there. It's the same online. Good content has 3 key ingredients. It has questions, it has statements, and it has information. And they're all great for Facebook's algorithm because questions generate comments, which is great. Statements or cool statistics, something Frazer's amazing at, those short burst statements. Okay? They create shares because people see things that they've never thought of this before. That's amazing. I want my team to see it. So they're sharing this information. Great for building your list. It's difficult to get people to share your content, but using statements and statistics, cool quotes, you do that correctly, you can own. Great for the algorithm. And information in the form of relatable stories will get you the likes or the love reactions. So what you have to get good at is building the correct audience to suit your content. Unfortunately, we don't have time to do that today, okay? Because I want to give you, I'm going to give you some other cool stuff you can go away and do. So that is basically, that is how you should be forming your brand. Is that okay? All right, cool. So people want a platform to be heard, okay? We need to be putting out good content. This is where it comes together. We are in the problem-solving business. And people generally have 3 problems, 3 key problems, okay, that we want to try and focus on. We want to help people get rid of practical problems. We want to help them get rid of personal problems. And we want to help them get rid of financial problems. Now, we have 2 vehicles to help people solve these problems. We have amazing products and services. And we have a business opportunity. Now, Byron said something interesting before about it's not just about the product. It's about building a leveraged income. You guys have got to be showing people the opportunity, okay? This business, it's like a house. Distributors form the foundations, but the customers, that's the life force. I don't believe either one can survive without the other. I just want you to remember that. So you have 2 vehicles to help people solve these problems. But see it as one. See it as one rabbit hole. It's a business opportunity backed by an amazing product and service, and it's a product or service attached to a fantastic, life-changing income opportunity. Is that okay? All right. So none of this, I only joined just to retail. Yeah? That's okay. If you want to retail, retail. But by the way, look, is this something you think you could do with, your friends and family? Is it something that they buy into? Okay, have you got 2 minutes? Can I show you a quick video? If you're retailing and selling product, you can say that at the end, can't you? Yeah? Okay, cool. So we've got the services and products, and we've got a business opportunity. Now, here's where we start to tailor it to your specific product or service. Doesn't matter whether you're in health and wellness, beauty cosmetic, oils, insurance, utilities, e-commerce, whatever you're doing, water filters, whatever it is, we can start to attack certain problems that our ideal buyer, our ideal prospect would have. So what we do is we divide people's problems into problem types. And I think there are 6. Time and family, health and relationships, and money and debt. I think they are the 6 key problem types that all of us in the room, irrespective of our business opportunity or services and products, I believe every single one of us in this room can help people with these problem types. Is that okay? So what we have to get good at doing, okay, if we are using social media to attract people to us, we have to give them what? The platform to be heard. The platform to complain about their problem. Because if somebody is in pain, they are much more likely to be open to your help. Yeah? If you're attracting people who already have pre-existing pains. Yeah? Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Yeah. All right, cool, cool. Yeah, Frazer. All right, okay, so you've got to get good at creating questions. Not, do you want to earn an extra income? Would you like to earn an extra part-time income? I don't like those questions. I'll tell you why. They're what's called general questions. When you ask a general question on Facebook, it makes people feel like a generality. Yeah? It's like spam. People don't like that. But I created something called a 2-point question. Well, I didn't create it like I'm the inventor of questions. But it made it easier to package for my team. See, a 2-point question is a question you would ask somebody where your ideal prospect would say yes, but it focuses on a specific problem. Okay? That means, yes, they have a problem in the area that you're trying to solve, but it makes it personal. Yeah? And when it becomes personal, they'll reach out to you for help. Isn't that cool? Yeah. Some of you are thinking about, he's all right, actually. He's giving some useful information. Which is good. Would you like to see some examples of some 2-point questions? Now, this is a generic event, so I've kept it generic. But it's something that I do with teams. I help them build and devise a strategy based on their specific products or services. The results have been explosive, but I believe that you guys will be able to take some of these and devise them for your own businesses. I'm almost certain of it. I call them money questions, but I don't like the word money question. Okay? I prefer 2-point question or a lead generation question. Have a look at these. Okay? And I've put a little key in the corner. The reason I've put a key is because it's something that all 600 of you in the room can do. Hey! All 600 of you can do this. Okay? So, are you having problems with your product or service but haven't found the time to change? Time problem. That means they could be a customer and a distributor. Because they've got a time job, they've got time problems. Yeah. Next one, let's have a look. Is your product or service affecting your relationship with your family, or has your health suffered as a result? So there you start to make it a little bit more personal, start to target people who may have family or health issues, build it around your product. Okay? Are you finding that your product or service is affecting your disposable income, or are you simply paying too much? So there you can start to target people with money and debt problems. Yeah? You've got to have a team strategy. All of your team need to know what questions to ask and what conversations to be having in Messenger. Too many people write to me saying, David, I've got a distributor or customer interested in my business. I don't know what to say. Who's ever had that before? A team member say, I don't know what to say. Go back to say, it's not about what you say, it's about what you ask. Yeah? It's not about what you say to a prospect or someone, it's about what you ask them. Much easier to learn how to ask people stuff than to tell them stuff, trust me. Would you like some examples of conversations I have inside of Messenger when I'm recruiting? Okay. And again, I've kept it generic. You can apply this to your business. So, you want your prospect to say? Yes, yes you do. Okay, cool. So a prospect becomes a prospect when you and another individual are talking about your business. Okay? If you're looking at people on your list, they're not a prospect. Okay? It's only a prospect when you're having a two-way conversation. Yeah? Let's be clear. Let's not be vain. Let's understand what vanity and sanity is. They are a lead when they've reached out to you to say, yes, I'm interested. They are a prospect when you've begun a two-way conversation. Yeah? All right? You get so many people with a list of 100 people. Oh, I've got 100 prospects. No, that's 100 cold names. They don't know anything yet. Okay, so know the difference. So when someone reaches out to you and says, yes, that applies to me, then in the comments thread, you've asked a question. Oh my God, yeah, my husband's always doing that. You get that? Oh my God, yeah, my kids are always, you know, and they're complaining and they're interested in what you're saying. Take them into Messenger and say these magic words. How can I help you? We never hear that in network marketing, do we? How can I help you? James said something earlier about leaders speaking last. Do you know the mechanics of why you say, how can I help you? Because the first person to speak loses, and leaders eat last. Which means you need to give your prospect the essence that they're in control, but really you are. Yeah? You have the control. Okay? Ask the question. Get the funnel. Into Messenger. Shop door. You want to get them through the exit. How can I help you? Let them be the moaning customer who's complaining about whatever's going on, and then have a conversation with them. Here's an example. Look, what products and services and needs of yours are not currently being met? So what's not being met? So speak to them. Whatever it is, whatever line you're in, what needs are not currently being met? Find out from them. Let them talk. Well, how could it be improved? How can I help you improve that? Tell me how I can do this for you. Okay? So what's not being met? How can you help them to improve their situation? And I'd also be interested to know what really annoys you about the product or service you're currently using. Oh, they go on and on and on. And they get more angry, and the more angry they get, the more likely they are to take your help. Isn't that cool? Yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. You always get one, don't you? So, effective marketing lies in this. So when you're talking to them and you're extracting their problems, okay, lead with what it has done. If you're talking to a single mum, tell them how you helped a single mum with the service or product. If you're speaking to an elderly couple, tell them how you helped an elderly couple. Yeah? If it's a single dad or a young family, make it relatable. Look, we had somebody in the same situation as you. This is how we helped them. This is how we did it. This is how we got them switched over. It took a few minutes. This is what we did. We filled out a few application forms, then we sent the stuff out. Tell them how it works. Then finish with what? So many people are just leading with what? You're just sending out your company information and your links, and it's not going to work. What your product and service is should be the very last conversation you have with them. Yeah? Is this quite clear? You making sense? Is this, yeah? You never know sometimes when they're really quiet. Is this really crap? Are they not liking it? Or are they so busy taking incessant notes? Oh, God, I'm trying so hard. Gotta do something. All right, so then you can have this conversation with them. Now, sometimes conversations get lost in translation. If that happens, just drop them a line. Look, I'm really sorry. My bad, I didn't have time to follow up with you, or we've got lost in translation. I've been really busy signing up other customers. It's my fault. Take the blame. Yeah? And they'll go, oh, don't worry about it. And then get them closed. Right? And I'm going to show you some persuasive language now. This is really cool. Effective language you can close to someone. Usually, exactly, typically, and normally. You can hear people going, yeah, I heard that somewhere. But did they show you how to put this language into a coherent conversation, or did they just sell you on part of the puzzle? Yeah? Here's an example. Usually, Mike, when I speak to somebody with exactly the same problem as you, they typically end up taking all the services and normally join as a rep. You're welcome. Go on, you can clap, don't be shy. Sounds like you're ready. Sounds like you're ready. Okay? Now, I don't know about you, but I think that's not a difficult team strategy to put into your team. I don't think. So, get a testimonial. Once you've got somebody as a product user, get them to write a little testimonial about you. Post it to Facebook, tag you in. That will then expose you to other people's lists. Okay? And other people's problems. The number one problem people make with testimonials is they finish with a thank you, not a call to action. Whenever I give somebody a testimonial, I write it out. Yeah? I have it pre-made, bigging myself up. Yeah? And then I just give it to them to post. The last words in it, let David help you. Let him help you. Not thanks, Dave, you were awesome. Let David help you. Give him a shout. Drop a comment below. Finger pointing down emoji. You have to drive behavior. People, unfortunately, cannot make decisions that will improve their situation in 5 years' time easily. You have to drag them almost to the decision, even if it means getting a finger emoji and pointing down to where they have to push the button. That's people. We live in an age of engagement, not broadcasting anymore. 30 years ago, you could put information out and people would just act on it. Yeah? Not anymore. So, effective posting. Wish Frazer hadn't put that clock there. It's very off-putting. It's like, God, I'm nearly there. Right. So, effective posting. You versus I. You've got to make your audience feel special. Okay? You have to speak directly to your social media audience. You can't do that when you're talking about me, when you're talking about I. You can't. Frazer, again, is a legend at doing this. I'm not bad. Yeah? Start with you. You're awesome. You're a sexy beast. You've got this. Yeah? It's even better when you big them up but slag everyone else off. You're the most amazing person in the world. Don't worry if other people suck around you. Don't let them get you down. You're awesome. Yeah? People love those posts. It's called You're Great, but Everyone Else Sucks. Really good posts. If you want high engagement, works really well. You versus your company. You are not company employees. You are the brand. You are the business. Your company invests millions in advertising. You don't need to do the same. Yeah? If it takes more than 5 minutes for somebody to find out your company name on your profile, I'm really sorry, you are not using your social media profile to its full effect. It's very diplomatic, that, wasn't it? Yeah, so just think about that. Really important. Effective process. Logic versus emotion. Most people post with emotion. I would ask you to post logically with a considered approach. Okay? Really, really important. Think before you post. Okay? Early morning engagement. You know, people make tougher decisions in the morning. It's a pattern I've noticed, and I've lost the clock on there. I don't know how much time I've got now. Which means I can go on. People make tougher decisions in the morning, guys. It's true. And the morning is a controlled period of time where you know where everyone in your country is doing the same thing between 6:30 and 7:15. And that's opening their eyes and scrolling through Facebook. Yeah? Which means you can capitalize on that condensed burst. So creating a marketing funnel in the morning and asking somebody if they've got a problem, they will be primed to answer it because they haven't been polluted by the negativity of the day. Yeah? I mean, yes, you can post in the evening, that's fine. I'm not saying don't, but capitalize on the morning. The amount of distributors who said to me, oh, I don't know how you do it, Dave. Every single morning for like 3 years, you posted at 7. That's called consistency. It's called building an empire. Okay? So, in the morning posts, gotta love them. Effective brand influence, look at what 3% are doing well and copy it. Understand how the 97% behave and play to it. But be creative. Be creative. Okay? So I'm going to close now, but I've got a couple of things that I want to share with you. First of all, are we ready to raise the game in this profession? Yes! Are we all going to make sure that we purchase tickets to Success Summit 3? Yes! Those of you who promised to buy the 10 packs, get them bought. Make the decision today. Otherwise, what will happen? Your brain will kill the idea. Already done. There you go. Round of applause for that lady. So I am going to support Frazer in his pledge to turn everyone into sexy network marketing beasts. Yes, you are. That's true, but more sexy, okay? If that's possible. And to raise the professionalism. So over the next 6 months, I decided to clear out a small portion of my diary in the evening. Not to go on dates with anyone. All right, that's what you're thinking. Yeah. But this is my pledge to you. If you have a team and you are struggling in any way, shape, or form, and there is anything that you would like ironing out or addressing, if there's anything that you would like to resolve, I'm going to make myself available to you. Okay? For £1 million! I'm only joking. I'm only kidding. No, for free, obviously. So if any of you have a team you would ever like me to jump on a private live or a private Zoom and help you iron out anything, you can reach out to me. You know where to find me. My number's 07. Is that okay? Is that cool? Right. We're going to finish. We've got 1 minute and 30 left. I'm going to go live on my Facebook right now, okay? And I'm going to offer 2 prizes, okay? There will be a few of them, but there are 2 prizes going. One of the prizes is a masterclass for your team, 1-hour masterclass. You can pick marketing, recruiting, branding, mindset, or retail. One of the 5. I do masterclasses. You can have one of them for 1 hour, me and your team. If you would like a masterclass, all you're going to do is hashtag masterclass on my live. I'm going to go live right now. So you can find my profile, okay? Second prize is I'm going to offer a coaching call, 1 hour, just you and me. Yeah, just you and me. And what we will do is we will devise a team strategy, questions and conversations for your specific product or service. How does that sound? Yeah? Right, are we ready to do this? Yes. Here we go. 1 minute 30 left, then we finish. And we are live, guys. Off you go. And finish. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is David Ross, and if you have been my ending was so perfectly planned. It was so planned. You have been. Thank you for listening.
Love it. One thing I learned from David is to be unforgettable. I know we have to do a little presentation switch down here, which is awesome. All right.